Okay, so let us start with a bit of an introduction. So, can you tell us more about yourself, who you are, and what you do?
Of course. So my name is Omar, and I actually own a clothing and merchandise brand, up to 16 collections. I have like various different brands like BMW, Mercedes, and Porsche. And I scaled my business to 7 figures within 5 years. I started like 5 years ago.
So, what inspired you to start being an entrepreneur at such a young age?
To be honest, it's my passion for cars because I had a very big passion for cars. I wanted to drive like the fast cars and my dream cars at the age of 18. So I worked so hard before that to achieve my goal.
So, what was your first business like and how did it go for you?
Okay, so my first business was I actually was taking photos from BMW and Mercedes, and I used to give them like a collaboration post for like $50 or $100 because I had a big page. And also car owners, not just BMW owners, they used to also like give me story mentions and shout outs for me to give them like $30, $50 for a campaign. So I had like monthly campaigns and I used to get paid for that.
Now, let's talk a bit about your journey. So, what was like one of the challenges you went through and how did you overcome them?
So to be honest, it was stress tolerance because I'm a person that actually has so much stress in general. And when I have so many things like to focus on, I get sometimes confused. I don't know what to work on now because like I had 5 things like right away. So I started to manage my time because time management was actually very good for me because with time management, I can give time for all of my businesses. At the same time, I can manage all of them.
Okay. And was there a moment where you felt like you want to give up? How did you overcome that moment, if there was one?
Okay, so actually there wasn't a moment where I tried to give up, but at the same time, when I had so much stress coming in, I felt like I need a break. But I knew that taking a break won't really help because if I take a break, I might lose some money, I might lose the opportunities. So I had to stay hustling until I can achieve it.
Okay. So, what has been one of your proudest achievements so far?
So actually, it's not having the worry about money in general. Right? I have the freedom of time now, and I can do whatever I want at the same time. And if I want to invest my money into big projects, I can do that freely without having to worry about how much are the payments. At the same time, I have so many opportunities coming, like collaborating with brands. I started getting opportunities with big brands, and this is something very big for me.
Okay, that's amazing. So, I think we all know that you just bought an amazing car. So, can you tell me a bit more about that?
Of course. So this car has been also my dream for a long time. I just got into a car accident like a month ago from now. And I went through a hard time. At the same time, I wanted to get something like, after all this hard work, I want like a big gift for myself.
Yeah.
So I got myself a Porsche 911 GTS. I know it's a dream for many, and you can also achieve that. At the same time, this car, it's like, it has so much power. It's a fast car. It's something I really love. That's what made me start all of my business at the beginning.
That's wonderful. Now, I'd like to ask a bit of a deeper question, which is, what is something that happens in your life that you go through that people don't actually see? So it's basically behind the scenes of your actual life.
Okay, sure. So now everyone sees me just like, going to hotels, resorts, enjoying my life and everything, but no one sees behind the scenes. For example, at night, sometimes I have so much stress that I don't even show it. Like I have, for example, 5 projects I'm working on. I have collaborations with brands. I have advertisements. I have my clients to take care of. I have like 7 clients I'm taking care of now, and I finished with 72 other clients. So I have so much work and so much stress for me to manage. And this is something not everyone can handle. In order for you to achieve that, it needs so much time.
Of course. And you mentioned that you are 18. So how do you balance your social life, your educational life, and your entrepreneurial life?
So I basically organize everything. I give time management. Like there's time for working, there's time for my friends, there's time for family, which is because family comes first. And then I also have like opportunities I need to work on. So I give everything its time. And with time management, I can manage all my businesses.
Okay, so now I'd like to ask you a couple of questions about your lifestyle and your routine. So let's start with, what is your daily routine, like the normal days?
Okay, so my daily routine is basically, I usually have like 2 to 3 calls with my clients on a daily basis. And I also work on my designs to always expand my brand. I design more items. I check how they are in the real life. I order some samples to see how my products are, to check the quality and everything. I follow up with my customers for my brand. And I also have follow-ups with my clients. And I also get like some leads, around like 5-10 leads on a weekly basis. So I follow up with my leads and see if they're interested in working with me.
Okay. Well, that's amazing, but some people would not have the motivation to do all of that. So what keeps you motivated to have this daily routine that's full of all of these things?
Okay, so basically once you see money coming in, it gives you more motivation to make more money. Like when you see money is coming in on a daily basis, you're working hard on it. Basically, it's not feeling empty. You're doing something for your future. You're doing something for your family. You're doing something for yourself. This gives you much motivation to continue working.
Okay, well, I'm sure that many teenagers have been very inspired by you. And what is a piece of advice that you would give to a teenager who wants to follow in your footsteps?
For them to take action, because when they're young, they have so much time to invest in themselves, because as soon as they grow more, they're going to have more responsibilities, which is going to lead them to lose some opportunities that they can work on. So right now is the time for you to take action and start looking at investments, see what you can start so you can achieve the goals.
Okay. So this is like a bit of a random question, but what is a myth about being an entrepreneur that you would like to break?
So basically, everyone thinks that an entrepreneur just enjoys the life every day. And this is something true, but at the same time, it's not something on a daily basis. Like there are some times where you go through hard times, which is like sometimes we can lose like $20,000 in one day from a mistake that we can do. And this is something we learn from.
Yeah.
Like as an entrepreneur, there's always ups and downs. Sometimes a month can be like very big. You can make like $100,000.
Yeah.
The second month you can make nothing. This is completely normal as an entrepreneur. But the thing is, we learn from our mistakes and we always do the best for us to expand.
All right. And let's say you could go back to being a 13-year-old version of yourself. What would be the first thing that you tell 13-year-old Omar?
Honestly, to always believe in myself and don't care about any people that tell me that you won't actually make it in that age, you're young, this doesn't work at that time. Yeah.
Do you think the people that discouraged you when you were young actually motivated you even more?
To be honest, yeah. Because it was like a challenge for me that everyone that doubted me, I'm going to prove them wrong.
And you did.
Exactly.
And you did. So what is a project that you're working on right now?
Okay, so I'm actually planning on opening my car rental business where I want to place a down payment on 3 to 5 cars. I'm going to start renting them out to people, to my followers, and much more. And because car rental business has a very passive income, I want to also give commissions to everyone that rents my car. At the same time, I'm going to put it in a very famous application called Yango Drive, where they can rent out my car and take a fixed commission rate. And that way I can make money without even marketing my brand.
All right, so let's look 5 years into the future. Is there a specific project that you're hoping to accomplish and launch within these 5 years?
Yes, I actually want to open my physical shop, since right now I have it online with 16 different various collections. I have like 6,300 items in my brand, and opening a physical shop can be a very big hit for me, because at the same time it's going to be very nice to see my customers coming to my shop, ordering for my hoodies, merchandise, and much more. So it would be a very big hit for me, and I would be very happy if I achieve that.
So many people who use social media, they always see many entrepreneurs that post quite some similar content to yours. So what do you think makes you stand out from them?
Okay, so basically other entrepreneurs, their goal is to just sell their courses online without actually achieving the actual money from their own business. They don't have actual results, and not always they can actually help them with the courses. Like they just sell the course and they don't give like any follow-ups with their clients. They have a team that manages all of that. They don't give like one-on-one guidance to the client, which is for me, I actually give a full one-on-one mentorship. I'm going to be your guide. I'm going to be guiding you through the whole process. I have a team to follow up with you, but for the meetings, it's going to be all with me. I'm going to also help you how to build like a whole clothing and merchandise brand. At the same time, how to get and how to source accessories from outside, like from China, Germany, and the US. At the same time, how to bulk price all of the items in one click.
All right, so what would you tell the people who say that your page is fake and everything that you offer to the people is also not real?
Okay, so actually anyone can say that, but at the same time, they can't actually know unless they meet the person, because the thing is, everything in social media, it could be fake at the same time. There's so many people that just post things they don't actually have.
Yeah.
And this is very common right now in 2025. But in my occasion, I wouldn't do that, because I actually want to build something for me, for my future, and for myself. At the same time, my goal is to also help others achieve their goals. I don't promise any results. I do my best to help you achieve your goals.
All right, that's wonderful. Many people who look at what you do and how you live would absolutely love to be in your place, obviously. And if they'd like to start an online business for the first time ever, what would you recommend they start with?
I would recommend them to start with print on demand, because on print on demand, you don't have any risks. You pay for the production when the customer orders. At that way, you won't have any risk at the beginning of losing money or failing the business. Like in that business, there isn't an option for failing. It either works out or it either doesn't. The thing is, in print on demand, let's say our order places an order, the fulfillment company takes care of everything It's going to be basically your right hand. You just have to fulfill the order, and then the fulfillment company is going to send the items to the customer, and you take your profit to the payment provider. It could be Stripe or PayPal.
Okay. I think the reason why a lot of people don't start or try opening their own business is because they're scared of failing or having a setback. So how do you deal with that?
The thing is, in my case, I didn't really have setbacks because I worked so hard on myself to not have any failures in my businesses. But of course, some people can also fail. This is very normal as an entrepreneur. Thing is, you have to manage setbacks as, let's say, your first business doesn't work out, you can open a new business. The second doesn't work, you can try another business. The thing is, just never give up and always focus on your opportunities, because the opportunities in 2025 are so many. Like, you have more than 20 businesses you can start with. You have many options. The thing is, just never give up and always focus on your goal, and you will achieve it one day.
This might be a bit of a controversial topic, but many believe that you can only succeed when you have an educational degree. So do you believe that formal education is required and is a necessity in order to be successful in life?
Absolutely not.
All right. And why is that?
Because basically, the degree of the school and university is just like a passport. You can use that passport just like for security for yourself. But in order for you to start a business, the degree isn't required, because even the business teachers in school, that are called business teachers, they don't even own a business. They did just tell you how to operate the business, not how to start it. But as an entrepreneur, we know how to start the business, how to operate the business, and how to manage the business.
Perfect. And let's say you could go back in time. Would you do anything differently than you did now?
Honestly, I don't really think so, because always as a clothing brand, it was my dream to have my own merchandise brand. And happy right now, I have 16 different collections with a hoodies selection, joggers collection, shoes, and much more. So I did something I actually really loved.
All right. So could you give me like a proper rundown on everything that you have to offer to the people?
Sure. So actually, as you know, I have my own core merchandise brand, and I built it into 7 figures. And right now, I offer you a service where I can help you achieve a very big brand with different various collections, including hoodies, joggers, pants, and much more. You can basically have your own clothing brand set. You can have an accessories collection, and you can have everything organized, because you're going to have a full one-on-one guidance between me and you.
Okay. Could you tell me more about your one-on-one mentorships? Are they courses, and like how does that work?
Of course. So my one-on-one mentorship actually is a full guidance between me and you. I don't basically have a team which is going to always follow up with you. I'm going to be personally following up with you. I'm going to have meetings with you on a weekly basis. We're going to have like 2 or 3 calls, and you have a lifetime access to me, which is very good. Like, let's say the business doesn't work out, we're going to open another one. I'm going to stay behind you until you achieve it. That's what makes me stand out than the other entrepreneurs. The other entrepreneurs, they sell a course and they tell you, yeah, that's it. It didn't work out. Maybe it can work out next time. In my occasion, I do my best for you to achieve your goal, even if it took time. You have basically lifetime access to me until you achieve your goal.
All right, that's wonderful. It really shows that you care about the people that you are coursing, and that means a lot to the people, I'm very sure. So, have you been collaborating and working with some people?
Yeah, actually, I'm working right now with 2 celebrities, and we're gonna have our brand ready within a few months. It's gonna be a very big launch for me, because I built all of that at a very young age, and working with the celebrity can also give me a very big push at the same time. And this is something I'm very proud of, that actually famous people would love to work with me because of my benefits, and I can help them also achieve goals from that.
Earlier, you mentioned that you don't believe that education is a necessity in order to be successful. So how did your parents handle that, though? Because many parents would be quite angry if their kid would not want to have an education.
Okay, so on my occasion, actually, my parents used to always support me. I wanted to start my business. I told them about my goals that I want to achieve and all my dreams that I would love to have. And they told me it's okay, that's totally fine, but get a degree for like as a passport for your safety. Just worst case scenarios, if anything goes wrong, you have something like a passport. It's like a safety.
All right.
But in general, they always used to support me in my businesses. They told me go for it, keep on going. They like, especially my dad and mom, they were always with me.
All right, that's really wonderful, and definitely shows like it makes everything a bit easier knowing that someone is supporting you. So tell us a bit about you, like who you are as a person, your personality, and what you like to do in your free time, because I'm sure that the world wants to know who you are aside from being an entrepreneur.
Of course. So actually, I may seem a bit too serious in social media, but actually in real life, I'm a very humble person. I'm a lovable person, and I also love helping others. At the same time, I really also like, this is something I don't really talk about, but I love watching Turkish stories. This is something unknown about me.
All right. That's very nice. No, it's good. Like
Yeah.
I think if someone wants to like know more about you, the best way to do it is to know who you are on the inside.
Of course.
Now, before we wrap today up, I have just one more question for you. If you could go back in time, would you change anything?
To be honest, not really, because I did everything that I actually wanted to achieve.
All right. Thank you so much.